Good day, everyone. Our topic for today's lesson is program development. Program development by Agoro IO. In our previous lesson, we define program. We state characteristic of a good program. Then we listed precautions to be taken when writing a good program. But today we are going to continue on program development. Now let us look at the learning objectives. What are the objectives of this lesson? As the lesson progresses, students should list steps in program development. Describe each step in program development. List examples of interpreted languages. List examples of compiled languages. Steps in program development. What are the steps in program development? Before the coding of a program, there must be a proper planning and steps on how the problem or program will be solved. The steps include the following. 1. Problem definition. 2. Problem analysis. 3. Planning the solution. Four, flow charting. 5. Desk checking. 6. Program coding. 7. Program compilation. 8. Program testing or debugging. 9. Program documentation. And 10. Maintenance. So we are going to look at all these steps in program development one after the other. Now let us look at problem definition. Problem definition. The programmer is expected to first of all understand the problem and know exactly what the program entails. The definition of the problem must be unambiguous. This means that the definition of the problem must be clear. For instance, if you want to write a program to calculate the addition of two numbers, you must understand what the program is all about. You must understand what the program entails. That is what problem definition is talking about. Now let us look at problem analysis. Problem analysis. The programmer is expected to analyze the problem to determine how it will be solved, the required input and output. Now let us look at planning the solution. Planning the solution. Before a program is written, the algorithm or flow chart for that program must be drawn and tested before the actual coding of the program. Now let us look at flow charting. Flow charting. This is a method for representing or developing method used in solving a problem. Other methods include algorithm. What is flowcharting talking about? Just talking about the method for representing or developing method used in solving a problem. Now let us look at desk checking. Desk checking. Another way of testing the logic of programs is to carry out a desk check. That is, executing the statement of the algorithm yourself. What is desk checking talking about? This is the process of manually reviewing the source code of a program. It involves reading through the functions within the code and manually testing them, often with multiple input values. Now let us look at program coding. Program coding. This is the actual writing or coding of the program in a particular programming language, e.g., BASIC, Fortran, Pascal, COBOL, and so on. Now let us look at program compilation. Program compilation. When the coding process is complete, the program will be compiled if it is necessary. Let us look at program testing or debugging. Program testing or debugging. Debugging simply means you trying to remove errors from the code or from the program. This is similar to proofreading. The writing program is tested and errors corrected to check if the program is able to solve the problem it is expected to solve. Yes, for instance, when you write program to calculate the addition of two numbers, will the program solve that? Will it be able to do the addition of two numbers after writing the code? That is what the testing and debugging is talking about. Program documentation. Program documentation. This involves writing a detailed description about the program and some specific facts pertaining to the usage and maintenance of the program. Take note, it involves writing a detailed description about the program. Now let us look at the maintenance, which serves as the last step in system development lifecycle. It is the process of updating or amending a previous written program for current use. The amendment, updating. Take note of updating and amendment. When you amend the program, it's talking about maintenance. Maintenance is talking about updating, making amendment to the code that you wrote. Now we are going to look at interpreted and compiled language. Those high-level language that serve as interpreted languages and those that serve as compiled languages. Now let us look at examples of interpreted languages. These are BASIC, Perl, Python, and PHP. We have other ones too. Now let us look at examples of compiled languages. Examples of compiled languages are C, C++, COBOL, Fortran, and so on. This is the end of the lesson. Thank you. Thank you, and God bless you. This is the end of the lesson. Thank you.